I think that the primary, well, there's some preconditions to be a good editor. You have to be able to subordinate your own ego. It's not your book. It's the writer's book. You have to be willing to help the writer do what the writer wishes to accomplish and not what you would like the writer to accomplish. That's number one. Number two is a general sense of empathy. I guess that's similar to what I just said. Understanding what the writer is trying to do. And three, in my case, frankness. I mean, it doesn't do me any good to hear an editor say, oh, it's great, it's great, it's great. I really want an editor to say, I didn't understand this, or that sentence is awful, or this stuff doesn't belong here, it belongs there. Now, I won't always be persuaded, but I want my editor to make that case as firmly and as supportively as possible. And supportively means not telling me I'm good, but telling me this is how to be better. I think that the best advice I've ever had as a writer was hope that your research disproves your preconceptions and push further so that you can get there. Now, it doesn't always happen, but we all begin on a subject having an idea of where we're going. And the most satisfying work that I've always done is when I start going this direction and then I find, oh, no, 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 go back this direction. I know writers who have completed books or nearly completed books and then realize, oh my God, I've got it all wrong. Jean Strauss, the wonderful biographer, her J.P. Morgan book took, I don't know, 14 or 15 years because she was nearly done when she realized she really hadn't gotten Morgan right. And she went back and did it all over again. The willingness to be wrong and to recognize that is absolutely essential. The other great advice is this is an aphorism that has been attributed to Hemingway, to P.G. Wodehouse, to, I don't know, every writer of note in the 20th century. You have to be willing to kill all your little darlings, by which I mean, or whoever said that meant, you write a sentence that you think is so clever and so perfect and it's got such great rhythm to it and what a great joke it is, and you fall in love with the sentence for its own sake rather than for what it's meant to convey. That's a little darling that you have to be able to go and just get rid of it. I think that I would still get into journalism if I had the opportunity to. Again, I'd rather play center field or I'd rather be the leader of a 16-piece swing band, but I'm not capable of those things. So assuming that I had the same set of skills that I indeed do have, I think that journalism, I mean, I've had a wonderful time doing it. I have never had a boring day in my career, and I think that most journalists will tell you that. Let me take that back. My first job as a reporter, I covered sewer boards in suburban Detroit. That's not fun. But once I was established as a professional, never a boring day. So I would like to do that. Now, if I were coming up now, I'd be looking and saying, oh, there are no jobs. The journalism business is falling apart. And I would hope that I would have the willingness to live in the cold water flat or whatever I would need to do to get established. I do think these other forms I've spoken about, I think that they will evolve. They may not be here yet. I think that the major institutions like the Times will survive and thrive in somewhat different form. And I think that there will always be an audience for books. I don't think we'll have the physical entity necessarily. But the idea of writing, as I did in this case, 155,000 words on a subject and selling it to people who are interested in reading it, that'll still be here. So I would feel, it's easy for me to say at 62, but if I were 22, I would want to do the same thing for a living.